Hello, classmates, professor. My name is Juan Plaza, and I'm going to be talking about the topic of smoking, specifically smoking tobacco over smoking marijuana, and the benefits and which one is healthier for one. Now, during my life, I have the chance, or I guess misfortune, as you call it, to have different experiences. I've dealt with different things as growing up. I've been a drinker and I drank and I had a phase where I drank a lot. Same thing, I've been a smoker and I had a phase where I smoked a lot. And throughout that time period, in transitions in life, we're able to kind of tell what different substances do to your body and how your body reacts to them. Not how everybody's different, of course, but you're able, as even though you're different, you're still able to, over the time course, learn what they're doing to your body, at least what you feel inside. So, by being able to tell these differences and between the substances, intrigue starts setting, trying to find out, hey, what's the difference between me and taking this and me and taking that? Why it's more harmful to my body and what it isn't. Now you're not able to tell by just feeling alone, but you can kind of tell the differences and then go around and investigate yourself that way. So following what my body was telling me the different things, I decided to do my own research. Um, Follow my intuition of my body, how I felt, and I started to investigate the long-term effects between marijuana and tobacco products, and the short-term effects that they have on the health and deterioration of your body for the intake of these substances. Now, the addiction between marijuana smoke versus tobacco smoke, to many people may seem irrelevant because regardless of whatever it is, they're still bad for your body. But tobacco products and the health risks that has those that are way bigger than marijuana. It's been proven by research, by statistics. It hasn't been confirmed as far as what long-term effects marijuana may have on the body. Results are inconclusive, but we have solid evidence on tobacco and what they do themselves. And we have yet to confirm these same effects as far as like for marijuana or any other effects for that matter in that long term as far as cancerous and stuff like that. We're gonna get into it in a second. Most people are aware, smoking tobacco carries serious health risks. These risks include lung cancer, many other cancers, heart diseases, strokes, and a wide range of other conditions. On the whole, tobacco smokers, there kills around 480,000 people each year in the U.S., and it's the leading preventable cause of death in the country. What does preventable cause mean? It's just one of the things that's in our hands. We can control that. We could prevent it. We just have to be better at it. Tobacco smoke is widely known to contain over 7,000 chemicals, with around 70 of them being carcinogenic. Again, going back to the cancer, 70 of those chemicals have been confirmed to be a cause of cancer. So here we go with that. This is the big part of the reason why smoking is so bad for you. Inhaling this toxic and cancer-causing chemicals every single day eventually definitely takes a whole toll on your health. Consumers might consider a different route of smoking as a way of quitting or as another way of smoking that's less harmful. For example, a lot of the things is not even addiction to the chemical itself, but it's addiction to the habit of smoking. So if we are able to replace that with something else that's not as harmful as stepping stones to get to that place of quitting, there's an idea that we could use to get bad things to do positive things for us. While people may say that marijuana is so bad for you, which of course it is because any type of smoking is eventually bad for your body, marijuana users are physically addicted. That's one of the main points as far as like the differences. You're not physically addicted to the chemical THC marijuana has as compared as nicotine that tobacco does. You're not going to experience withdrawal from not having it. You're not going to experience the shakes. You're not going to experience the extreme mood swings for not doing one. For not smoking marijuana compared to smoking tobacco because your body is physically addicted to it. Not only that, but there's different ways to intake marijuana as well. Not necessarily smoking, you could eat it. There's eye drops, there's different ways of doing it as a substitute that's not harmful for your actual lungs. I know the counter argument that would be, that people would have is that Of course, marijuana still has health risk. However, all these health risks the research has been inconclusive as far as I've been able to research, while tobacco's health risks has been clear, simple, and have been found and recorded for a long time. Like again, lung cancer, strokes, heart diseases, different things like that. Again, we all understand how bad smoke is bad for your lungs, but not only is tobacco physically addicting, which means that you have to have it every day for you to feel all right, but the amount that you're consuming is extremely different to what marijuana is. Tobacco smokers are smoking maybe a pack or two a day. People that are really addicted are really smoking that much. A pack was what has about 12, 15 cigarettes, which means you're about smoking about 24 to 30 cigarettes. Every time that you're smoking a pack of cigarettes is a ridiculous amount. While when you're talking, you usually might want to use real smoke, maybe like 4, 5, 7 joints at most during the day. So the amount of smoke that you're intaking is completely different. And like I said, there's other ways to do it as well. Now, we go back to the point of how hard it is to break the act of smoking, regardless of the addiction and other things. Tobacco smokers sometimes just are addicted to the actual act, taking a break and actually go out and smoke, or just having a smoke, or just actually just doing this. Marijuana could be a good stepping stone to replace that as you move on from that to slowly go into another. Now, while it's still again harmful for you, the amount that you're doing it is completely different and completely different level. Now, I propose that we could use it as a way to quit marijuana, tobacco itself, by slowly transitioning and making baby steps. Now, of course, there's going to be situations where that doesn't work, but I feel like it could be a good test for smokers that are completely tobacco smokers. Try to transition into something else that's as far as that they could smoke less and help them not be as physically addicted as they usually would. Now, I would propose, my proposition is for in extreme cases of cigarette addiction, that we could prescribe marijuana medically to use as a tool for quitting. Bare minimum, the patient would smoke less. Ideally, they will transition to a point where they keep smoking less and they're able to not get rid of the physical addiction, kind of flush out their system as far as tobacco goes. That way, it's a lesser time. For example, the marijuana effects will help you through the shakes or the pains or the mood swings or the different things that come for being physically addicted to something. I would not encourage the advertisement of this because it's still harmful for your body as far as marijuana goes. I would not encourage the advertisement of anything. And that's one of the things that I really bothered me throughout life as far as smoking tobacco. It was always advertised. It was always a symbol of status. It was always something as somebody had to do to be fit in, to do the things that they had to do. Wow. I disagree with that completely because that was just the government and the big companies trying to get their cut at the expense of the people and harming the people. We're starting to see that with marijuana as well, as the legality of that starts evolving. So I would not advertise this as the first way of using marijuana for smokers or prescribing it, but I feel like it should be worth the shot and as an experiment to be able to help people through this pain, and help people through these addictions that they have, to lessen the shakes and their physical addiction, to lessen the amount of times that they're smoking a day, and then to lessen the habit of amount that they smoke and just the habit of smoking in general. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.